Hello everybody and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. So last time I looked at mono red Defiler and today we are looking at the mono green Defiler. Now firstly, whilst you have a little look and read of this card, I want to apologise for my voice. I've been ill over the past couple of days, that's why I've not made any videos for a while. I've had a bit of a nasty cough, excuse me, and cold. I've just about got back to the point where I can speak, so I'm straight back on the making the videos. So I hope that I can get through this for you guys. So as I said, today we're looking at mono green instead of mono red, based around the Defiler of Vigor. So I'm only running 3 of these, but we're 5 costing 6/6 Phyrexian Worms with Trample. So 6/6 for 5 with Trample is okay. It's pretty much from par for green. But then we can pay Phyrexian mana, so we can use pay 2 life instead of 1 green per card we play. And then whenever we cast a green permanent spell, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. So my first thought with this card was to pair it with Kodama, which I tried. Kodama and Quirion Beastcaller, because they play with counters like growing and then the Kodama to give trample. But my problem with that deck is that the fact that it doesn't ramp through to get to the Defiler and the other cards that we're playing quick enough, and it kind of relies on single point of failure cards like Kodama. If they manage to get rid of that, for example, by just putting a Liliana down on turn 3, you can't just play a 1 creature into that, it just dies. And the Beastcaller, again, just gets cut down before you can even play another creature. So I didn't go with that. Instead, what we have paired it with is a kind of ramping package focused around Jugan Defends the Temple. So Jugan is a saga that came out in Kamigawa, and just to run through what it does and why it works well here. So the first one is create a 1/1 human monk that does add green, so it creates you a mana dork. So that's great. You can ramp from turn 3, playing Jugan, to turn 5, where we're playing Defiler, we're playing Wrenn and Seven, and Invoke the Ancients, which I'll just come to in a second. Turn 2 is put a 1/1 on 2 target creatures. Well, great, more counters, bigger creatures, always good. Good in a meat hook world, good in any other world really. And then exile the saga and create the Remnant of the Rising Stars. This is a 2/2 dragon spirit that has flying, note not legendary. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay X. When you do, put X 1/1 counters on that creature. As long as you control 5 or more modified creatures, it has 5/5 and trample. So it becomes a 7/7 with trample. So a flying 7/7 trampler, and obviously all we need to do to get 5 or more modified creatures really is to put Defiler down and then play 1 green spell. We put a counter on all of our creatures and this thing triggers its thing and becomes a huge trampling flyer. So very, very nice synergy there. Because we have this ability to ramp from turn 3, having 3 mana on turn 3, turn 5 mana on turn 4, we're running quite a few 5-drops. The Defiler's running 2 Wrenn and 7 because it creates a big tree folk, gives us some stick on the board when they play something like Depopulate. Meat Hook manages to clear out some of our creatures. Farewell is a one that can be really nasty against this deck. This gives us something that hangs around, can actually give us a little bit more board presence, potentially create more tree folk, give us a little bit of sticking power. That is why I'm running Wrenn. Also, it's nice to be topped up on lands when we're running such expensive things, so the plus can come in handy as well. But we're running one of our main sort of decisions that took me a while to come to, and a bit of play testing with this deck, is running 4 Invoke the Ancients. So this is the green Invoke from the Kamigawa set, and it has create 2 4/5 green spirit creatures, and you can put a Vigilance, Reach, or Trample counter on them. In exceptional circumstances, I will always put a Vigilance one. I don't want them getting exiled by Wandering Emperor, and 4/5 makes a damn good blocker. And we get 2 of them for 5 mana. The reason 2 is nice is obviously against Liliana, that's sick. Against Invoke Despair, that is sick. So even if they Invoke Despair and we have to sack one of them, we've still got a 4/5 Vigilance Spirit on top of whatever else we played. So it's going to give us enough creatures that are hard to remove. Also, it's really nice in a Meat Hook meta. Like, you can't really get rid of these with Meat Hook. We want to be playing this on turn 4, maybe turn 5, and they're not Meat Hooking away these spirits until turn 7. So they're hanging around for a while, they're doing some work. In the meantime, we can build up our other board. So we've got a good package of stuff at 5 mana because of this ramping on turn 4. Because of this ramping, I've also got 4 Topiary Stompers. This is additional ramp for us. It's a little bit slow. I mean, that is the pain point of this card. Obviously, it can't attack or block until we've got 7 lands, but we're getting to 7 lands with this deck, and you can believe it. We're running 26 of them, and we're pulling them out of the deck like no one's business. So we've got the Topiary Stomper there as an additional ramp, so I should have at least 1 of these in my opening hand as the goal, and at least 1 of these, so I can go from turn 3 to turn 4 and play a 5-drop. The other methods of me assuring that I get to do this are all of my 9 2-drops, which are all ramp focused. So we've got 1 Azusa's Many Journeys. This lets us play an additional land, gain some life, which is there really to counteract Stomper's lack of blocking. If we can gain some life and get to that turn 5 without dying, which can be an issue against certain decks, great. Gala Greeters. This card is spot on in this deck. It's actually a better version of the Loamspeaker. So Loamspeaker is just a mana dork. It's a 1/3 mana dork that has a little extra ability, but the Gala Greeters, being able to choose between building up the Greeters, creating treasure, which is our ramp version, or gaining life is great. The reason that the Gala Greeters are so good in this deck is gaining life can be crucial to being able to get to the point where we can put down our bigger things. Building up the Greeters can be crucial in keeping them alive against the meat hook. We can stay 1 ahead if we want to. And creating treasure obviously allows us to ramp into these things in a way that can't be removed. So if we put the Greeters down and we put a creature on turn 3, well, we've already got the treasure. They can kill the Greeters, you know, we don't care at that point. So it's a really, like, whereas with the Loamspeaker, if they remove it, we've had a bad turn. And, you know, as cut down is all over the place at the moment, it can be a bit nasty. The other reason Greeters are good is we're often playing more than 1 creature in a turn. So because of Jugan, which creates a creature and then comes back later as another creature, Invoke the Ancients is 2 creatures, Tovolar's is 3 creatures, you know, we're playing a lot of creatures in this deck. So we get a lot of triggers off this alliance, and it can really swing the game in our favour. My other 3-drop is Augur of Autumn, so we're running 2 of these because the effect doesn't stack with itself, so you don't really want multiples. It's not legendary, but it effectively is legendary. You may look at the top card of your library, you only need 1 down to do that. You may play lands from the top card of your library, great. We can get extra lands down with Topiary Stomper. If we have Azusa's down, we can play additional lands off the top, so we can find stuff. Coven, as long as you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, you may cast creature spells from the top of your library. Again, very, very nice. It's basically Green's version of card draw. There aren't really any creatures that let you draw, and we want to be casting creatures or permanents at least for Defiler, and we want to be casting creatures for Gala Greeters. So that is why we're running Augur as our kind of draw engine, way to dump mana if we don't have Jugan down. It seems to be pretty effective for me so far. Obviously, it's a bit of a nasty removal target because it can be cut down. It's very easy to remove. Excuse me, and it can be meat hooked, but it is a really nice card. And then finally, our top end, 2 Tovolar's Huntmaster. So again, we're a bit of an odd or unusual choice, but it's a 6 costing 6/6 that creates 2 wolves. Excuse me, and it basically creates us so many bodies that against things that can remove point removal. It's really nice. It leaves stuff behind. It's really nasty if it flips to nighttime, as it becomes a 7/7 that creates more tokens when it attacks, and we can fight things with our other wolves. That's just the ones that we're spitting out. We don't have any other wolves in this deck. And obviously those 2 little 2/2s can grow with Defiler of Vigor. So if we get the Tovolars down, we hit the Vigor and start passing other things, those 2/2s become 5/5s or whatever and we win. And then 4 Titan of Industry. I would love to make a green deck that doesn't have Titan in, but at the moment Titan is your fallback, it's your saving grace if the game goes beyond turn 5. You know, if the opponent has down a wedding announcement, or, you know, they're grinding you out with a meat hook, you need that way of removing enchantments. Titan is the way to do it. Sometimes you need the way to gain life. Titan's the way to do it. It is just an all-round brilliant top-end card, and we're running 4 of them. That is the deck. I'm going to run into some games before I choke myself to death, and we'll see how we get on. So in classic style, as my daily mission issued by Wizards is to play red or blue spells, I'm playing mono green. This looks like a good hand. We've not got any payoffs, but it is what it is. We've got our Augur. Interesting. Probably one of these 2 next, though. Probably Jugan, depending on what mana they have open. Cut down the Greeters. Annoying, but it is what it is. Please don't get spell pierced. If they're running cut down and spell pierce, oh, that is gross. Cut down and spell pierce. I'm actually shocked. Countering my Stomper as well. No, good. So 6 land next turn. 1 off the magical 7. God, more forests. Try and play the Augur first so that we can take a land off the top if there's even another one. We have drawn a lot. It's most definitely not another land on top. Defiler of Vigor I am happy with. And we'll have 7 lands down, so the Defiler won't be countered by a Make Disappear, if that is what they were holding open last time, if anything. God, my voice sounds bad, sorry about that. Still recovering a bit from my illness. Okay, Azusa's on top. So they don't have 2 white, so I don't think I have to worry about attacking. Azusa's is nice when we have Augur down already. Maybe they're going to flash in an air tie or something and then block the Augur. No. Just downfall on the Stomper. Stomper is obviously twice the damage, but a bad choice. If it was me, I would kill the Augur. And the other person is low on cards, and that is solid card advantage. Okay, Defiler's gone. Shame. But we're kind of flying, so hopefully we'll find more now. We can't play that off the top due to our lack of creatures. But yeah, we'll just play this out. Attack with that. Probably going to get our Tovolar like meat hooked with the Augur, like as in the 2/2s and the Augur meat hooked or something as soon as we play it, but it's just been removal so far, so I assume this is all coming to like a Hullbreaker Horror or Jinkataxius or something. I wonder if they are running anything white or whether this is just as a dual colour land for blue-black. Right, 3 life. So 8 land means we can play this without being made to disappear. And that will give them something to think about. No one wants to be Huntmastered. Especially, they also don't want to not play something during their own turn now, so they will be on 6 lands. So they can only meet him for 4, so they can't actually get rid of the Huntmaster itself. But getting rid of our Augur would suck for us. Is this our only one in the deck? No, we've got 2. Okay. I assume some spot removal on Tovolar maybe, or meat hook, or both. Although they can't make meat hook for 3 and remove Tovolar. Not well, because that would have to remove Tovolar with 1, so I think I spent too long guessing what the other person's going to do. So it is a meat hook for 3. It's unfortunate, but you know what? We have the Azusa flipping and the Defiler. This is tricky stuff to remove, so and if we need to, we can Boseiju the meat hook if it's going to avoid any life gain. What do we had? 8 lands and 17, so we're about on perfect track with land at the moment. Okay, not too worried about that as long as I pull a non-land. Sweet. Then we can attack the Tovolar and the Defiler. They will get some cards back to hand. Oh, they're dead anyway. 7+4. Mono green, too strong. Okay, Kuyazi. It's a very similar name. I've never seen that before. Straight into a mulligan. Maybe we should have mulliganed 2 lands, but we have got 27 in the deck? No, 26. I'll find another one with 26 and 2 draws. There we go. Never had out in my mind. And now we can stomp her, so we're good. Unless they put down a blue land and then we get made to disappear. Probably kill the Greeters now. Cut Down or Grasp or a March, the one I didn't guess. So that's a shame, it stops us getting to Wrenn, because we would have made a treasure. But we can still top a land or something for less than 5. Lagamos, don't see that very often. And a land it is. We'll minus and create 5/5. And we should hit our land next turn, unless we get Wrenn killed or we don't top one anyway, and then Tovolar, and then we're on form. Yeah, that's nice. Put us in some pain, but once we start tightening, we'll be fine.
You work for me now, Runt. Go and plead for me.
So we've got our land anyway. Only one in the top 4. Defiler in the bin, but we'll attack this copy and force them to kill off the devil. Probably do 1 to Wrenn, but we're going to get 3 blockers, so let's see what they do now. Got Titan coming next turn. Does stop us generating another tree folk immediately, but look how hard it is for any sack effects to work well on us. Invoke Despair would obviously get rid of Wrenn. We can get rid of this because we're going to plus Wrenn. We're very unlucky not to hit a land in the top 5, which is 1 plus the 4 of Wrenn. Yeah, whatever. We'll take out your old Nixus first, and then we'll start on the rest. Okay, get me a land. Got 2 this time. That's nice. So let's do 2 here. And 2 here. If I'd have put the land down, I could have played the Titan. Bit silly.
Don't think you're something.
Not sure why they let the devil die, but
only unleash inferno.
might as well gain 5 life. Hard to win as a Rakdos from here. You're going to need a hell of a lot of destroy. So they can meet up for 4, but they're mostly wiping their own board. We keep 3 big creatures. Yeah. Just outpaced again. When it works, it works. Okay, I had to restart this recording again because my doorbell went, but I haven't taken a turn yet, so... okay, we started with not a great hand. I decided to keep it, but obviously we're a bit land heavy. I think... it'd be nice to get Azusa's going, so we'll do that since we've got the land to support it. Gain some life. Ooh, Jund, it's all basics. Wonder if it's... no, there's no landfall anymore, is there? 3 life. So we'll put down our Greeters and then try and get the Loamspeaker on top of that. Could be removed, but we don't really mind if it is. Got plenty of ramp going on. But we'll take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That gets us a 7 land next turn. So if we top a Titan, that would be delicious. Okay, opponent on 4, what you got? Solar Windgrace maybe to bring back this? Could almost double block this, couldn't we? Nah. keeping the... I always like have to think, keeping the Greeters alive is worth 2 life if I want to, at least once. I mean, this time I'm getting an extra creature in with this coming in, so... I mean, they could kill Greeters in response, but look, that's already 2 life back. So, got choices of 3 drops. I probably won't play the Augur, because that is good next turn. No, that's a shame, we had the Defiler on top. So we'll attack with the Greeters, see what happens. If they were going to kill it, they'd have killed it before we popped off. And it's nice to get this saga going, because if we get board wiped or something, at least we've still got something in the back pocket. I mean, they can only wipe for 3, and then we still got our Stomper and the Jugan on the go, plus our Augur in hand, so it wouldn't be the end of the world if we got meat hooked. Obviously it killed our own creature. So let's see. That kind of move implies bad to me. Do we block? I guess we just take it and then get hooked. I think just in case they don't have the second black source and the hook. They've got the second black source, and then here comes the hook. Or they're going to resurrect their Titan. Burn down the house. Not even a hook. More land on top. More land on top. What is this? 7, 8, 9 in the top 14. Getting a bit heavy. If we flood out, we're in trouble. I mean, we've got Jugan, which is our anti-flood. You know, gives us a sink for all that land. Could get the Titan back and kill Jugan now. That is what is happening, unfortunately. So probably create a Rhino and kill Jugan. It's possible to outpace this, it's just tricky when we've flooded so hard. Oh, doing a shield counter. Very unusual against green. There's no destroy in my deck. Look at this. I don't understand what's happening here. 10, 11. Wait, what? 11 in the top 16. There's a lot even for a 26 land deck. Getting close to half our lands out already. That is probably game because we know we're drawing land next turn, and they've got a 7/7 that's going to hit us. Yeah. GG. Alright, next game. Nice. Backup Loamspeaker, just need to draw a land and we're good. And we did. Good luck, mono blue. Assuming that's what that is. No flip first turn, nice. So we're probably going to get countered the first few things we play. So what do we care about the least? This? Yeah. And if it's make disappear, we can afford it. So okay. Classic blue player. Alright, and again, GS. Let's see if we can fly over the top of some more people. Sweet. If this was a Gala Greeters, we'd be even more happy. Although the Loamspeaker can be harder to remove for red, for example. Although most removal for these guys is cut down, so Loamspeaker, Gala Greeters is all similar. No cut down here though. Take a land. So that puts us on Huntmaster next turn. If Loamspeaker doesn't die, which probably won't now. And obviously if we don't get countered. Oh ho! Tapping out is my dream.
Won't help. I'll do it myself. I've got all kinds of connections.
Just watch this, baby. What do you think about this? That is not gonna make your day. This is also a sweet hand. I mean, 5 lands down. If we put Augur down, find a land, get up to 6, put the other Stomper in, the Stomper gets enabled. This is an absolute rocket start. Ravine. Come on now. Come on now. What you doing with this? No. This is not the game I'm playing today. None of this Ravine bullshit. We're just playing ditch your meat hook because our creatures are too big. We're just playing smash you hard and smash you fast. I mean, we could even Titan, but then I want to attack with the Stomp this turn, so I should have put that first and pulled the land off the top. That was very stupid. But we are shuffling. There we go. Fuck it. Yeah, you can block the 1 damage. Your Planeswalker dead, you take 10 to the face.
Mission's compromised. Time to go.
Even a meat hook for 3 isn't saving you now. Which I assume is what's coming, giving you 3-1 away. You wouldn't throw a meat hook away and not have another one. But you have to give up your unblockable dude. And you have to then chomp with your Ravine. What? You're not gonna attack, are you? You are gonna attack. No. No. You're staying back in Chumpsville. We'll just attack like this, give them plenty of chomping to do, and then we'll get rid of the wedding announcement and call it game. Man, it's a vicious deck sometimes. If it goes off and you get the Huntmaster down on turn 4, what are you supposed to do about that? We're going to go shield counter, and we're going to destroy that. We don't need to go any wider, we just need to have a little bit of, I don't know what destroy all there is, but yeah, depopulate. That's what we're protected against now. Could actually be running depopulate, wouldn't be absurd. But no minus is getting rid of Titan. No drag below. I'm not blocking, because if that is depopulate, we don't win if we block. I'll take the 2. No blocks. This feels like a desperate measure. Farewell. Oh no, not farewell. Don't you do that to me. I mean, we'll be invoking the Ancients next turn. Nope, just a meat hook. How much life do they gain? Is it enough? No. GG. try again next time. Why you didn't meet her last time before putting your wedding announcement down, I don't know. Okay, Diamond 1. Outside of like top 500, this is probably like your hardest time. Everyone's trying really hard at this point. So, yeah. So the nice thing about playing 26 lands is I snap keep 2 land opening hands on the play. I mean, probably still not a right thing to do, but 2 times 45% is a good odds. Look, it's come off for us again. Lovely. Are we doing the same thing again? Straight into Huntmaster? There's only 1 in the deck, right? Oh no, 2. Okay, no, we got someone holding open counters this time, so not a counter, just a nothing. Probably playing temporal, whatever it's called then. Which thankfully Huntmaster doesn't die to. they appreciate the turn 4 Huntmaster. That's nice. Turn 4 Huntmaster on the play. Vicious. Depopulate would be good. But if they're running Firestorm, oh my god. If they're running Firestorm, then they might not depopulate. Let's just swing like this. Take the extra wolves. What I might do now is Wrenn and plus, because then that doesn't die to Firestorm either. I mean, could get countered, but only, well, I mean, what would they not have countered Tovolar with that? I mean, they could have just top decked one, I suppose, but in the gate, yeah, fair enough. Doesn't matter how much land we had open then. So Firestorm, and they still die now because they've got 7 life and Tovolar hits a 7. Yeah. Good game. Burn down the house is, yeah, the equivalent of Diamond 1 versus Diamond 1. Not even a challenge. Okay, so that I don't have to record too many more, it's time to initiate play till lose. I will keep playing games now until I lose, and then I'll stop the video. So, we'll keep that. We don't have any 2-drops, which is slightly worrying, but it's hard to mulligan away a 4-land home. There's our 2-drop. I mean, there are 4, 8, 10, no, 9 2-drops in the deck. Yeah, so the odds of drawing one were reasonable. Against an aggressive version of mono black by the looks of it. Like if they flip the curtains here and then attack with it. Nope.
Something suspicious is going on. And for once, it's not my fault.
I'm minusing Liliana.
Your friends have to
Okay.
leave.
So we can stomp her into Invoke. That actually puts us in quite a good place. So we're going to be made to discard. I'd probably discard Jugan. Although Titan... Nah, Titan's too good against certain things.
Drop it.
Although having the little dork to... What are we going to be on? 5 lands? 2 off of Titan. Maybe we'll discard Titan. I'll regret it if they have Cruelty of Gix.
No more
What are you playing at?
distractions.
Killing your own Liliana? Getting rid of the Stomp?
Sacrifices
Is
must
that
be
a
made.
scary card? I don't know. But these should be scary. At least even Invoke the Spare Leaders with 1. If I have to discard now, I guess it would be Jugan again. Okay, no Gix. But I don't want to discard their last card. Good. Let's see what happens here. That's pretty nice. Let's just put the Huntmaster in then, give us some sack protection. Things like Invoke Despair, we'll just keep all the big stuff. Probably Invoke Despair. Braids. You don't often see that in the mono black ones.
I'm tired.
I guess we ditched Jugan now. We've got the Augur for more draw. Yeah, whatever. We can play out both of these. We'll take the life, I suppose. Sweet. They can double block Tovolar, but then we basically win, so...
Knew this was a waste of
I
time.
mean, the most they can hook for at the moment is 2, which is pretty safe level for us. And then once we play this, it should be good. You know, green is like the first colour I ever played in Magic, just because it's like easy, I suppose. Well, I think I asked like my friends what's easy mode Magic, and they said green. But like, it still has this warm place in my heart when you put down like 2 4/5s and a 6/6, and they just don't do anything. You don't want Tovolar flipped, that's for sure. Unless you've got removal for it. I could make one of my wolves fight something, but not that helpful. I've realised I don't have enough lands now to cast this, but never mind. Why have they put a stop on upkeep? I can't see behind my... Alright. We'll just swing with these two. I shouldn't have sacked that 5th land, that's very stupid. I just didn't want them drawing to a solution, but now they've only got 3 lands. If they sack one more, I won't be sacking one. They can have a card. More heroes downfall, fine. You want to sack more land? No. Good, we can find the land on top anyway. Time to play Invoke. Yeah. That was only ever going one way. And that way was our way. GG. Okay, I've got my good luck mascot joining me now, so I think we'll be playing for the rest of the day. Playing till Mythic now. Maybe not. 4 lands again with the 2-drop. Take it. It's interesting, when we start with 4 lands, our chance to draw a land goes down to 43, 42%, as opposed to 45 when we have 2 of them. I suppose that's one card that can't remove the Loamspeaker, or not as easily. Can only kill things with 2 toughness. Forced to sacrifice it. Ooh.
Something suspicious. Perhaps it's not.
But these Lilianas, when this start doesn't seem to tend to work in people's favours in my experience. They've got to kill 2 mana dogs normally to stop us going off. That's the nice thing about having mana generators at 2 and 3. Is that it's particularly hard to shut down. Like that one-off, you know, doesn't stop you. They can't keep removing your stuff without deploying their own plan. I mean, in this case they have, but it's unusual. And like, yeah, what are they going to do this turn? Make us discard a forest? Fine. And they're down to 1 card in hand now. I mean, we're going to be a little low on life, but 0. Play the other Jugan. Nice that we actually have the other land. So let's see if they minus the Liliana to kill this or not. Attacking, yeah, we're going to have to take the 6. Don't think there's any creatures in there, so nope. The 6 we can take. I want to see what they do with Liliana. Okay. No discard, so They want both those cards in their hand, which is interesting. Is one of them a counter? No. We don't need to put a counter on either of those because they both are modified already. So we will attack with this. Yeah, could flash an air tie or something, but that's a fine trade. Okay, they should have minus Liliana if they were just going to let it die to our existing creature. And now we've got good blockers. They can't meat hook these away. They can meat hook for 2 and kill 2 of ours for 1 of theirs. Not too worried about Fable. We've got, if we draw a land, we've got Titan. We've drawn a land. Do I Titan this turn? Probably. Although I won't be able to get this to an 8. But, like, I need to modify this, and I could modify one of these. Get this to an 8/8. I might be better off doing that, and then Titan next turn. Let's do it. So if we do this for 1, and then we play like this, and then we don't need to do any more. Okay. In fact, there might as well be 1. That creature's not doing us anything. We can attack with these. So yeah, we're well out of any meat hook range, which is nice. Happily trade one of those. Obviously we're giving them an option to draw and discard what they need, but I don't really, I mean they didn't discard anything. So they must have some flat destroy for those remnants, or no. And it's just too much on the board. That's the thing about this Invoke the Ancients. So what can you do once they get 2 of those down? You just... tough. Okay, next game. Ronnie Toyagd. Sorry for murdering your name. Okay, this... this is a test of whether I'll keep these 4 landers all the time. I just don't think we can keep this one. Unfortunately, this is better. 4 lands and 3 Loamspeakers is an impressive draw. Okay, mono white aggro by the looks of it. I've seen this hot shot mechanic played in quite a few mono white decks now. It's basically just being an Usher of the a worse Usher of the Fallen. Oh, white green. I'm proven wrong. That, 2 humans and a not a human one. This is probably a call for playing the Loamspeaker, to be honest. Normally I'd always play the Gala Greeters first to get more triggers out of it. But in this case, it could save me a whole bunch of damage. It's only saving 2, but it's saving 2 damage. Two is going to be a lot in this swirl. Why do they keep hovering their in King Darien like they're going to sacrifice it? It's going to be a race to see if we can draw a payoff card. Because I don't think they're going to have tons of removal, so we'll be able to play it with our mana dorks, but we just need to draw it. Draw the Tovolar or the Defiler preferably. Haven't played a lot with it. So I think, I mean, we could Augur as an extra blocker over Jugan. Yeah. Basically, we just need to try and stay alive, don't we? We're going to outscale this deck. We can plan around what we can see coming as well, which is helpful. Opponent struggling with the fact that their King Darien holds priority. Be interesting to see if this green-white aggro runs out of steam, or whether we're going to get smashed by these tokens and things. Another Loamspeaker coming, so that isn't great news. Isn't it a shame this is activate only as a sorcery? Being able to chuck out a 3/3 blocker would be sweet. What are you doing? I mean, it's a blocker. We can get the Greeters down and start gaining some life. Greeters and Jugan, maybe. It's tough. I mean, obviously we'll see what's underneath the Loamspeaker with the Augur, assuming it doesn't get removed, and then we can make an informed decision, but I'm not that low yet. I'm just aware how quickly this could get out of hand. If they play a Brutal Cathar, or even an Adeline, or yeah, Archangel of Wrath, Serra, you know, there's so many things they can play that would turn this in their favour. Wandering Emperor. That is at least a slow one. It's not great for us, but it's... It might mean they don't attack at all. They'll just attack with the mechanic. No, not just attacking with the mechanic. They want to draw, probably. Will they attack with King Darian? Because I could double block it. So let's kill this off, shall we? We have to take 7. But then it lowers our future damage. I mean, they could have another one in their hand, but at least we're forcing them to play it. They are tapped out, so... I mean, reduce your damage this turn as well by 3 for some reason. That is an odd play. Oh, we got a Defiler under there. So I think we play Greeters and we play the Jugan. And then we gain some life. And we don't attack. Back up to 11. Probably not going to die next turn, right? And then we've got 7 mana, so we can play the Defiler and the Loamspeaker without costing us any life. They can't see the Defiler. They'll probably choose Jugan. Or maybe they'll choose Titan? I don't know. Yeah. I would choose maybe, if I was them I would choose Titan, I think, because you don't want your wedding announcement getting destroyed. We clearly will have 7 land next turn with Augur and this down. But I'm not sure this opponent's thinking about it quite as much as me. Let's see. This is a big decision, clearly. Yeah, Jugan. That makes sense. So obviously I will only be blocking with Augur, if anything. No attacks, I didn't think so. Right, so... Got one here. That's just to add a bonus. So we then play this out. We could even play this Augur off the top, cost ourselves 2 life, but it's a permanent that we can play, so probably should. It's a free card basically. We can gain the 2 life here, look. And another Defiler up top. Yikes. This looks quite painful for the opponent. We can attack with this, shall we? Should we just wait a turn? Let's wait a turn. I don't think our position's getting worse. The worst case would be a board wipe. And you never know what these crazy guys are playing. When they're playing like off-piece decks like this, there could be anything in there. Especially when I see white and tokens, like they build up their own tokens and then they wipe them all away, and I just never understand that. But I think we would rebuild faster than them from a board wipe at this point. Maybe what I need to play here is one Kodama. I opted not to for the reasons I said, but this is where it would be helpful. It's one situation. Could be a sideboard card, I suppose, but at the moment it's just a best of one deck. Is that not an instant? What? I guess they're not going to attack anyway. No good attacks, so... yeah. And this is where it gets bad for you, sir. So we'll pay the 2 life, shall we? And then we'll play this without paying the 2 life. And then we'll just swing team. There could be some weird combination of blocking enough damage not to die where they can swing back, but we have got 3 blockers too, which are massive. And 10 of this damage is 10-10 tramples, so I think they're likely to just block as much as possible here. Yeah. I don't know why they're double blocking the Greeters. It's not got trample. Interesting choices again. Now, do they have the depopulate that they so desperately need? If I wasn't sort of enjoying myself so much, I probably shouldn't have played the second Defiler and just held it in hand. Yeah, that's not going to get you through this wall, I'm afraid. GG. Not sure that that opponent was quite up to the standard of others, but they were trying to make difference, so I don't want to hate. GG. Alright. We still haven't lost since I said it, so let's keep going. Yeah, that's a nice hand as well. That is the thing about this deck, is it produces nice hands. I mean, the losses that I've had, it's just where that they shut you down early. You know, if they can cut down, like, if they have 2 cut downs in their hand, and they play them on turns 2 and 3, like, we're in trouble. Because you can generate enough value with, like, a Grixis deck or something that we're never coming back. But, yeah. It's not that common to get, like, all of your generators steamrolled. And obviously, like, we had the game where we had too many lands and you just don't win that either. If you don't find your payoffs or you don't find your 2 and 3 drops, then you're not going to win either. But we're playing so many that it is quite rare. It's a really good split between rampy things and finishes. And the pain just keeps coming. That's why, because we've got so many things at the top end in this deck, the pain just keeps coming. Oh, another green deck. Yeah. This is what I want. It'll be interesting to see, because we're not running any pack leaders. I tried green with pack leaders, didn't work for me. It'll be interesting to see if it works for someone else. This player's, you know, what, Diamond 2, so it should be a good matchup. An interesting one to see. I don't want to draw any more lands, please. Excuse me. Oh, this illness. So we're doing the Augur next turn, generate a treasure, and then invoke the turn after. Our opponent is having a nap. I'm not sure. I mean, they have an option of tail swiping, I suppose. That could be, you know, do they spend a turn killing the Greeters, or if they just disconnected? We don't know. This would be a real shame if this was a disconnect, because I wanted to try against another mono green deck. Ah, come on. Now it's no challenge. God, we've got some land, haven't we? Is that 6 in the top 10? Yeah. Only 4 playables. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can see them all here. Nah, it's a shame. But I'm gonna show this in. Oh, they come back. They're just a turn behind. So ramp, they're playing mana dork. Okay. Interesting just to see what we would have been and what we would have won. Pretty much always go vigilance these days. No. So they're gonna have 4 mana. So Oddity would be the biggest thing we can face. It looks relatively similar to our deck. I mean, it's different creature choices, but relatively similar otherwise. Let's play this so we can put a 1/1 on Greeters and see what we find on top. Another Greeters, which we can play out. Gotta start getting in for some damage before they scale into something. They could be playing the same stuff. I don't know anyone else who runs Invoke the Ancients, at least. But, you know, but they've got 5, 6 mana maybe, if they are running like a Tovolar. Yeah, Defiler's good. If they've got 1-drops, we could be in trouble. Well, they had to tap to do that. That's a lot of pain coming your way. Oh, they had to put another blocker. 4 blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just see what we can unearth in our deck. So we have 6 attackers, 4 blockers. So they can get us to only get in for 4. And they will chump. This will be a chump. This will be killed. This would trade. And these 2 would go through. So we'd only actually kill. Oh, and this would be overkilled by one of these 2. So we'd be they would get 2 of their things would die. They'd be left with 4 creatures and 1 health. But 3 of our things would die. 4 of our things would die. 3 of our things would die. I think it's worth it. But it's tight. Nice to kill the Beast Caller before it grows anymore as well. So they got 4, and we'll have 5 creatures. Oh, they will have 5 creatures with that. Oh. If this puts an end to me after they missed the turn, that is impressive. I mean, they found the Defiler. The problem is now they can't really attack, and they can't use their Defiler's ability, so they can't make anything cheaper. But their creatures are gonna be big. They can only attack if they win the game on the spot, which they don't this time. Shit me, we've got some land. 9, 10, 11, 12 in the top 20. Yikes. So we've got not enough creatures, because Loamspeaker just replaces itself as a bigger creature. So we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they've got 6 blockers, so we're not attacking this turn. Again, gotta get through this bloody land. Oh no, gain life. they probably won't attack still, but they could attack with their remnant. Oh man, we've not got a creature on top. Not a creature or a land. A dud turn for us. Maybe this is telling me to remove that Azusa. It's just a slight nombo with Augur. That could cost us tight games like this. So they can flip their Oddity, which gives everything trample, which could be us dead. They have to tap 2 creatures to do it though. I don't think it would be us dead. And if they tap to... Oh, Titan. Gain more life. Kill our Jugan. It's starting to look bad. Unless we find a Titan under this Azusa's, we're dead. Could be dead anyway. So they've got 5 blockers, but they got 9 health. Tovolar's probably not going to do it. Haha, there's our Defiler. Late, late, and late. Actually, I just want to... we want to pay it with these treasures, so I just want to make sure it doesn't fuck about. So I'm not dead in the air, but if they're going to flip the Oddity, I don't think our stuff has grown enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they've got a 9 health, so even if one goes through, that doesn't do it for us. Yeah. That is trouble. I think we just get trampled dead. I think we get trampled dead. Let's just block maximally. That's blocking 7. Okay, then we'll top that up to kill that. Top that up to kill that. This is already dying. We'll top that up. And yeah, we're just dead. GG. Sadly, it's enough trample damage. With 11 in the air. They only need to trample over 5, which the Defiler's trampling over 8. It's a good game. Blocked as well as we could. And our reign comes to an end by the same deck. Quite fitting. GG. Okay, just a quick look at the stats now. So, I have to admit, when I started playing this deck on this video, I didn't imagine it was going to perform as well as it did. I mean, during my playtesting, if you look earlier, it kind of underperformed in certain cases. I was losing a little bit. I mean, I did try and run the world spell at first, which is obviously a joke, but yeah, it didn't perform as well as it did on the video. But now I've played 22 games of this, and we've got a stunning 73% win rate. I mean, on the play 82, I'm not surprised. If you go off on the play, as we saw in a couple of games, you know, getting the Tovolars down on turn 4 or whatever, that is just vicious. Like, there's nothing that the opponent's doing against that. And yeah, I mean, this stat at the top speaks for itself. 100% win against mono black. If you can do that in this current meta, you're still doing well. I mean, the popularity of black has dropped off a little bit, but it is still there. I mean, look, the next thing we're playing against most is Esper, which we struggled against. Green always struggles against Esper. I've said this on all my green videos throughout time. So I'm not surprised that we're struggling there. I don't think it's going to be as bad as 33. If you played more, it's probably 50-50. And yeah, we're doing well against other like Rakdos-y, you know, creature-based decks, green-white. Yeah, no problem with those. So yeah, really, really, really fun deck. Having a great time. Beats mono black, climbs you up the ladder. What more can you want? Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.